following program is brought to you in living color.
Hey, I'm Bianca, and welcome to the first episode of In the Know, the news you didn't know you needed. For the first episode, we've got Hattie Pearson giving you the Hollywood hits and the social network and the stuff that's coming up in the next coming weeks. We've also got Peter bitching to you about the CBC and the rest of Canadian television, Eric in the penalty box schooling you on school spirit, Amara and her McGill musings talking about the real issues, and of course, Matt Essert and World News. Enough said.
Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see?
Hi, this is Hollywood Hits with me, Hattie Pearson, and yeah, you guessed it, I'm going to be your resident expert on movie reviews. I'm going to be giving you a whirlwind tour of what's in the cinema at the moment, what's hot, and some films which are not. Simple. So let's get started. We all love Facebook, don't we? I love it, you love it, we all love it. So I went to see The Social Network last week, the story about Facebook and how it all began. So we followed Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of the story, through his journey and basically learned that he screws over all of his friends in the process. For me, to be honest, it was slightly disappointing and far too much about the lawsuits involved. Boring. So I'm going to give it a miserable 2 out of 5 on the popcorn scale. And oh, Justin Timberlake, stick to the singing. Next, I want to talk to you about a film that's coming out soon that is going to be a massive hit with all you music fans out there. It's titled Nowhere Boy. It's genre musical drama. So basically, it's the untold story of the boy behind the man, John Lennon. And if you don't know who John Lennon is, you're musically deficient. Based in Liverpool in the UK in 1955, when Lennon was just 15, he grows up with his aunt, he becomes a teenager and a bit of a rebel. He meets his mum for the first time, who takes him to an Elvis concert, and of course, he's a converted rock and roll fan. His reconnection with his mum causes tension between the two women, and this is when he finds himself submersed and escaping in music. This is when the story really begins, when he meets Paul McCartney. It's bound to be a cracking story about a musical legend, so be sure to check it out on the 15th of October. Other releases coming up in the next couple of weeks include Red with Bruce Willis, Paranormal Activity number 2, and Stone with Robert De Niro. I'm afraid that's all I've got time for, folks. Thanks for watching. This has been Hollywood Hits with me, Hattie Pearson.
Hello out there to all you people who actually watch TVMcGill, also known as the clinically depressed and socially awkward. To my inaugural rant. Yay. Earlier this week, I came home, went into my living room, turned on the TV, sat down, blah, 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 and worst case scenario, I can't find the remote anywhere. But what really, truly upset me this week was that I was stuck on CBC. Oh my God. After 2 hours of watching CBC, I literally wanted to cancel my subscription, which isn't even possible according to federal law. The subsequent 2 hours made me realize how physically and emotionally upsetting Canadian television actually made me. I mean, really, if you have to keep people watching because of federal law, are you really doing something right? Current Canadian lineup includes the gems Hiccups, Dan for Mayor, which both come with the slogan, I may add, from the people who brought you corner gas, and Sue Thomas, FBI, about a blind lady who solves crime. Really? Like, that's gonna get me to watch your show? That you had something to do with corner gas? The reason why everyone stereotypes us as living in igloos is because all we have for representation is fucking a heartland. Really, CBC, it's not like I'm asking you to be the next NBC, but at least you could try being the next TLC. I mean, there's gotta be some bitch in the prairies who shotgun embryos now has like 8 babies and 0 will to live. Let's watch her.
Hey guys, I'm Eric Reed, and welcome to the Penalty Box. In this segment, we're talking sports, be they collegiate, professional, athletically challenging, or, well, that. So without further ado, let's get into it. A couple of weeks ago was the McGill Redmen's homecoming football game, and if you were having as much fun as I was, you don't remember what the score was either. Fear not, that's what I'm here for. The McGill Redmen were trounced 34-8 by the Sherbrooke Ver et Or. A disappointing result, especially after their fill-the-stadium loss to the Concordia Stingers. Now, at the McGill homecoming game, an interesting little tidbit was announced. The 1960 Red Men football team, after losing the first 3 games of their season, managed to come back and finish 6-3. They then went on to win the Yates Cup and Churchill Bowl titles. During this spectacular season, the 1960s Red Men team managed 8,000 attendees at their games. 8,000 attendees. At our Fill the Stadium match, we managed nowhere near that many. Now I understand, our lives are filled with priorities like Facebooking and Twittering and going to the library to use the internet to download last night's episode of How I Met Your Mother. But really, guys, 8,000 attendees, we need to take more pride in our sports teams. The NHL is also firing up, and with an entire city backing their beloved Habs, there is but one question on every Montrealer's mind. With Halak gone, can Carey Price step up and be the goalie Montreal once expected him to be? Well, I'm here to keep you guys posted. Next week on the penalty box, curling's corrupt underworld. Is it really worth the loss?
Hi McGill, I'm Amara and welcome to McGill Musings. This evening we'll be discussing something that's happening at the work group on the academic calendar. This is very preliminary, but McGill is thinking about creating a 1-month intensive semester in January. So we'll have one semester in fall, September to December, a 1-month intensive semester in January, and then a semester from February to May. So in January, you have the option of staying at home with your family, hanging out, going on vacation, or coming to school for a 1-month intensive course. Now what would this look like? Let's think, let's fit a whole semester into 1 month. But how do we fit a semester's worth of activity into 1 month? You need frosh, you need reading week, you need exams, you need to make friends, write midterms, write your papers, go out, do extracurriculars. How do you do that in just 1 month? I'm filling my whiskey! This is ridiculous! What are we gonna do? Okay, so 1 week, let's all move into res. Let's all go write our exams. Let's make friends. You can't do that. It's not possible. But this is just amusing. Just a fireside chat. So until next time.
Hello, and welcome to World News. My name is Matt Essert. I'm your host. Now for some news. The new Facebook movie, Social Network, is getting a lot of buzz. Unlike that MySpace movie, which you kind of hear about every once in a while, but it's kind of weird, and you're worried that if you go see it, an old guy will start talking to you, and you'll be worried about getting molested. That was a joke. You're supposed to laugh. Maclean's magazine, is a Canadian magazine, recently called Quebec Canada's most corrupt province. Quebec was outraged. They said they demanded an apology and their bribe money back. Astronomers, this is interesting. Astronomers believe they have found a new planet in another solar system which can support, it's about our size, the size of Earth, not us, that'd be small, and it can hold water and therefore life. Try to find me now, said Carmen Sandiego. Ho ho! The Times Square cowboy, I don't know if you guys know him, he's a naked cowboy, well not naked, he wears underwear, and he plays the guitar in Times Square in New York City. He's running for president of the United States. And he said his platform is to combine the 3 best things about the past president. So he wants to promote change, he wants to be a cowboy, and he wants to spend most of his time with his pants off. So I think that's all a platform we can kind of get behind. And now our first guest.
Serving time, all for a crime I did commit. You want the truth, you know I do it all again. Left for dead, heaven has only